I'm Michaela Hoffmeyer. My title is Senior Advisor Science. And today we're talking about clinical affairs and regulatory aspects for diagnostic devices. A clinical study is a study that any regulatory agency like the FDA would require that demonstrates how good your test is at making a diagnosis. And generally, the clinical study is done in the environment in which the test would be run. So if we think about right now the current emergency around the COVID-19 pandemic, there are a lot of test developers that are developing what we call a point of care test. So a point of care test, we have to evaluate the clinical performance, i.e. how good is it at making a proper positive diagnosis in that point of care setting. So maybe in the doctor's office or in the emergency room or something like that. So we can help clients that maybe don't understand the FDA's expectations, not just for the submission or the performance, but also from the documentation and design control perspective, kind of navigate the FDA's guidance, which is often very not clear-cut. It's like being a lawyer and a scientist. There's a lot of guidance out there, and having somebody who's been through the process and has experience is really helpful to save that company money and to speed up the timeline. So what a client can do ahead of time before they come to us about helping them with clinical trials or navigating the regulatory process is to have a really clear idea of what the claims are that they want for their device. So what is their device? Is their device a molecular diagnostic? Is it a direct antigen or a serology? What CLIA complexity category do they think it would fit in? Who is their intended user and what's the intended use population? At least knowing those things, we can begin to help put together an idea of what the portfolio of study designs might look like and a timeline to get them executed. So if you want to learn more about clinical affairs and regulatory aspects for diagnostic device submissions, please visit MRIGlobal.org and click on the Project Quote tool.